Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all. Welcome, 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 welcome to the night shift. It's another healthy love night. How you doing? It's a rainy night in South Florida. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they say sunny South Florida. Doesn't really work tonight. Well, it's night anyway, so it wouldn't be sunny. Well, I want to say greetings and salutations to each and every one of you locked in right now. Big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups to you. I know a bunch of people from South Florida are down hanging out with Hezron tonight. But that's cool. It's alright. It's all good. I have the rest of the world. Ha 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 ha. All to myself. Big ups to those who are a bit locked on Ratterbox.net and Ratterbox affiliates. Foundation Radio Network, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. Big ups, big ups, big ups. I want to say hello to those, of course, on the new family member station, WGLRO.com, the People Station. Big up, big up, big ups to you guys. Germany, Greenland, New Zealand, England, Korea. If I'm leaving out anywhere, just let me know. KevinStew.com. Just jump on into the stew pot. The water is always fine. Trust and believe. Always, always fine. I'm sure I'm not leaving anybody out. No. PEMGTV.com. Big ups to you guys over there tuned in on PEMGTV. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Kicking it off with a little Leon Caldero.
Put a woman in front and a man behind.
Working out with Fair and Lions.
So wine, roll your hips and shake your spine. Any girl can wine, is a waste of time. Put your hands in the air and shake it, shake it.
That's the title of the track, Shake It.
Man, them take it, take it. Leon Lions, Leon Caldero, let's go.
Day jam in Brooklyn.
We out on the show.
That is where I met Evelyn.
Jamming on the show.
I couldn't resist when I see this Yankee girl. After she coming down for the carnival, she say I want to learn how to get on west.
How to ride.
And if I don't get the rest,
How to roll.
the woman go laugh at the Evelyn girl. You don't have no problem. When you get the secret, you go out shine them. Put your hand in the air and shake it.
Roll your hips and shake your spine. Any girl can wine, is a waste of time. Put your hands in the air and shake it, shake it. Break like you were break it, break it. Make the man them take it, take it.
Like the girl, she ain't have no tempo.
Cause she whining slow.
Or maybe she have a corn on she big toe.
Why she moving slow?
Tell her when you hear you come down to trade it that. You have to know how to get on real, real man. He say I want to learn how to get on wassy.
How to wine,
With the rest.
how to roll.
That one last thing for me is soca jam is a great invention. So when you talk this time, I go pay attention. Put your hand in the air and shake it. Jam like if you don't care and shake it. Put your bouncy down low and shake it.
Oh, we a better shake it, shake it.
Rock it to and fro and shake it. After a sugar to make it sweeter. To this spoon of wine to make you feel fine. Take things off the canal. We come to somebody else, so now you can shake it. Shake it.
I want to say thanks to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the show. Then being in moment is priceless. You want to give them a call, 754-999-6020. Or visit them at pulseemg.com. I tell you, they will make whatever event it is really priceless. Whether you just want to capture it or you want to stream it, let me put this up one more time. Maybe you want to do something like what I'm doing right here, right now. You can actually do that. Pulse Media Group can make it happen for you. When you give them a call, call my name. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you, okay? Go ahead and shake it. Don't be shy. Shake it. Alright, so tonight it's Healthy Love. And it was really interesting that I came across this information about keto diets. And and in the keto diet, a very unusual thing it was that I came across. And that is the fact that a side effect of the keto diet happens to be a scent. A scent? Seriously? Well, yes, apparently. Now, if you don't know what the keto diet is, let's quickly run through what that is. The ketogenic diet, or keto for short, is a low-carb, high-fat diet that offers a lot of health benefits. Over 20 studies show that this type of diet can help you to lose weight and improve your health. So, it's a good diet. Ketogenic diets may even have benefits against diabetes, cancer, epilepsy, and Alzheimer's disease. Who knew? And then, with that in mind, I guess the only other question is, well, what is in it? Now, it really shares a lot of the similarities of an Atkins and low-carb diets. It involves drastically reducing carbohydrate intake and replacing it with fat. You'd say, what? Why fat? Isn't the whole idea to lose fat? Well, the reduction in carbs put your body into a metabolic state called ketosis. And when that happens, your body becomes incredibly efficient at burning fat for energy. It also turns fat into ketones in the liver, which can supply energy for the brain. So, it's a good thing. Now, keto diets can cause massive reductions in blood sugar and insulin levels, along with the increased ketones and the lowered blood sugar and insulin levels. You come up with multiple health benefits. So, to really put that all in a nice little package, it's a low carb diet, well, low carb, high fat diet that lowers blood sugar and insulin levels and shifts the body's metabolism away from carbs and towards fats and ketones. Now, there are several versions of your keto diet. You have your standard, which is low in carb, very low in carb, moderate protein, and high fat. Around about 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. Then you have your cyclical keto diet, and it involves periods of high carb refeeds, such as 5 ketogenic days followed by 2 high carb days. Then you have your targeted ketogenic diet, and this allows you to add carbs around your workouts. And then you have your high protein keto diet, which is similar to a standard ketogenic diet but includes more protein. So the ratio is often 60% fat, 35% protein, and 5% carbs. Only the standard and the high protein keto diets have been studied extensively. The cyclical or the targeted keto diets are more advanced methods and primarily used by bodybuilders and athletes. Now, what primarily we'll be talking about in this section is the standard ketogenic diet. And many of the same principles apply to the other versions of the diet, but we'll be focusing primarily on the standard. Now, a keto diet is an effective way to lose weight, and it also lowers risk factors for disease. Research actually shows that keto diets are far superior to the often recommended low-fat diet. And the diet is so filling that you can lose weight without counting calories or tracking your food intake. One study found that people on a keto diet lost 2.2 times more weight than those on a calorie-restricted low-fat diet. Triglyceride and HDL cholesterol levels also improved. Another study found that people on the keto diet lost 3 times more weight than those on the diet recommended by Diabetes UK. There are several reasons why keto diets are superior to low-fat diets, and those include increased protein intake, which provides numerous benefits. You're going up on the benefits counter when you start listing them out. The increased ketones and low blood sugar levels and the improved insulin sensitivity may also play a key role to your better health. When it comes to diabetes and pre-diabetes, the ketogenic diet can actually help you to lose excess fat. And though excess fat tends to be linked to type 2 and diabetes and pre-diabetes and metabolic syndrome. And one study found that ketogenic diets improved insulin sensitivity by about 75%. Another study in people with type 2 diabetes found that 7 of the 21 participants in a particular study were able to stop using all diabetes medications from being on a ketogenic diet. 7 out of 21. So about 1/3 of the group. Another study shows the ketogenic group lost 24.4 pounds compared to 15.2 pounds. And if you use kilograms, if you're in that side of the world, you're talking about 11.1 pounds compared, 11.1 kilograms compared to 6.9 kilograms in the higher carb group. And it's an important benefit when considering the link between weight and type 2 diabetes. Also, 95.2% of the ketogenic group were also able to stop or reduce diabetes medication compared to 62% in the higher carb group. So there's quite a benefit to those who are diabetic or are pre-diabetic when it comes to the keto diet. Now, it also has other benefits. The diet was actually originated as a tool for treating neurological diseases like epilepsy. And studies have shown that the diet can have benefits for a wide variety of health conditions. Which conditions? You have it benefiting heart disease. It can improve risk factors like body fat, HDL cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and blood sugar. the keto diets can also help with cancer. It is currently being used to treat several types of cancer and to slow tumor growths. It may actually help reduce symptoms of Alzheimer's disease and slow the progression of it. Research has shown that the keto diet can cause massive reductions in seizures in epileptic children. But it doesn't stop there. One study found that the diet helped improve symptoms of Parkinson's disease. And because it can help to reduce insulin levels, it can play a key role in polycystic ovary syndrome. So it's racking up a bunch of benefits, this ketogenic diet. One animal study found that the diet can reduce concussions and aid recovery after brain injury. I think that one was pretty cool. And get this, lower insulin levels and eating less sugar or processed foods. You know what else I think that helps to reduce or improve cases of acne? Who knew? But a lot of these research areas are actually far from conclusive. They suggest that a keto diet may actually help in these areas, but it's not proven. So don't go rushing to say, hey, listen, that's what this diet says it can do, and I'm running with it. Now, if you're on a high-fat diet, or you're trying to reduce your carbs, there are some things that you want to consider taking out of your diet. Soda, fruit juice, smoothies, cake, ice cream, candy. Your sugary foods need to go. Your wheat-based product needs to be on the minimal or gone also. Your rice, your pasta, your cereals. All fruits, except small portions of berries like strawberries, need to be gone. Peas, kidney beans, lentils, chickpeas, your beans and your legumes, gone. Your root vegetables and tubers. So potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots. I don't know why sweet potatoes would be listed differently from potatoes, but your carrots, your parsnips, yam, gone. And your low-fat or diet products also need to be gone because they're highly processed and high in carbs. You also need to eliminate some condiments and sauces because these often contain sugar and unhealthy fat. When you're talking about unhealthy fats, vegetable oils, mayonnaise, things like that. And those who like to throw back a beverage every now and then, when partying or clubbing, your alcohol, because of their carb content, alcoholic beverages can actually throw you out of ketosis. So you definitely want to watch that too. And your sugar-free diet foods, you'd think that those are pretty good for you, right? High in sugar alcohols, that can affect ketone levels in some areas. So you need to also be wary of that because a lot of these foods tend to be highly processed also. So you're on a ketogenic diet, you need to be mindful of these things. So with taking that out, what should you be putting in? Well, red meat, steak, ham. It's interesting that they say ham because ham tends to be more on the processed side. Well, it's cured. So it can be pretty high in sodium. So that is interesting. Sausage, bacon, processed food. So again, not too sure how that those tend to end up on the list. But chicken and turkey are also on there. Your fatty fish, salmon, trout, tuna, mackerel, recommended. Pastured or omega-3 whole eggs, butter and cream. And with butter and cream, you want to look for grass-fed when you can. Your unprocessed cheese, whether it's your cheddar, your goat, your cream, your blue, or your mozzarella cheese, those you can have. When it comes to nuts and seeds, your almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, good to go. Then your oils. We talked about the not so good oils earlier. Here are your recommended healthy oils when it comes to keto diets. Extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil. And mentioning avocados, your whole avocados are good to go. Or if you have freshly made guacamole, good to go. When it comes to your vegetables, you want to go with your low carb veggies, and those would be most greens, tomatoes, onions, peppers. So those fall in your low carb vegetable diet category. Condiments that you can actually use would be salt, pepper, and herbs and spices. So yeah, it's a lot to really get in there, but it's apparently relatively easy to do, because in a week your meal plan would look something like: for breakfast, bacon, eggs, and tomatoes; lunch, chicken salad with olive oil or feta cheese; and your dinner, salmon with asparagus cooked in butter. Seems simple enough, right? And then Tuesday, you mixed up a little bit: egg, tomato, basil, and goat cheese omelette; almond milk for lunch, peanut butter, cocoa powder, and stevia milkshake. Stevia, I don't know if that can be substituted with something like agave. It's it's your healthy sweeteners, so something to consider. I even ask a question about. For dinner, meatballs, cheddar cheese, and vegetables. Remember, you're talking about your greens, your low carb veggies. Not your tubers. And root vegetables. Wednesday, and you can find pretty much a meal plan, a ketogenic meal plan for your week, and pretty much run with that. It's interesting that they include a shrimp salad in a ketogenic diet, when shrimp tends to be high in cholesterol. So some of the things that they mention in there, for me, kind of raise an eyebrow. In addition to the fact that shrimp tends to be high in cholesterol, I'm allergic. So I wouldn't be having it. Alright, so let me see. Time for a quick little break. So this is what we're gonna do. Basically, let me tell you, you can have a wide variety of foods in your keto diet and still be on diet and it be effective. You lose weight. And if you're hungry between meals, there are some things that you can snack on. And you notice I didn't give you portions in that. So if you go on an actual ketogenic diet, you'd talk to your nutritionist and they'll give you a whole rundown on how to portion your meal sizes. But for snacks, go with fatty meat or fish, cheese, a handful of nuts or seeds, cheese with olives, 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs, 90% dark chocolate. I'm not much of a dark chocolate kind of a guy, but we all know that the darker the chocolate, the richer it is, and the healthier it is. Low-carb milkshakes with almond milk, cocoa powder, and nut butter. Full-fat yogurt mixed with nut butter and cocoa powder. Strawberries and cream. Celery and salsa and guacamole, and smaller portions of your leftover meals can be your snacks. So you need to be mindful of what you're choosing for your diets when eating out. And it's not to say that you can't, but just be mindful. And again, there are some side effects to the keto diet. And when we come back, we're going to look at some of those. So call a friend, tell a friend, it's a night shift. Healthy love is what we're doing tonight. And we're looking at the keto diet. I just had to run through and tell you what a keto diet is for those that don't know. And when we come back, we're going to start looking at some of the interesting side effects of a keto diet. We'll be right back.
Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us. 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsing Media Group.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse eMedia Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse eMedia Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is The Night Shift.
If you can't hear, you must have it feel, must have it feel. Can't hear, you must have it feel, so take it. If you can't hear, you must have it feel, must have it feel. Can't hear, you must have it feel. Hey, ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to come up on the street before Babylon turn up the heat. Ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to stop one rude before killing come down your food. Stick must be broken out your ears, make you can't hear. I chat about you a youngster and don't hear. Young but you no know no storm. Prison life and no false alarm. Gunshot a lick and it no respect no one, so you better change your direction before you end up in a police station or a worse situation. Ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to come off on the street before Babylon turn up the heat. Ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to stop one rude before killing come down your food. Beat up your family, refusing to quit. Read over blood money, tell me is it worth it? I chat about you a bad boy, hey, and I ride like a cowboy. But time longer than rope, don't take it for joke. Check yourself before you wreck yourself and watch what you smoke. It's not too late to take advice, so listen to the words of the wise. Hey, ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to come off of the street before Babylon turn up the heat. Ideas, you better change your ways. Ideas, if you want to see longer days. Ideas, time to stop one rude before killing come down your food. You can't hear, you must have to feel, must have to feel. If you can't hear, you must have to feel, so take it. Can't hear, you must have to feel, must have to feel.
If you can't hear, you're gonna feel. The sound of Hopeton, Linda working out with Sly and Robbie. A track called Hard Ears. Want to welcome you back to the show. This segment brought to you by GMAC Music Solutions, providing you with stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers. Just give them a link, 754-307-GMAC. That's 754-307-4622. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you. You can also check them out online, gmacmusicsolutions.com. So we're talking about the ketogenic diet, and we said we'd be looking into some of the side effects of them. Now, although the ketogenic diet is safe for healthy people, there may actually be some initial side effects while your body adapts. And this is often referred to the keto flu days. And it's usually over within a few days. The keto flu includes poor energy and mental function, increased hunger, sleep issues, nausea, digestive discomfort, and decreased exercise performance. So it's interesting that something that is good for you feels bad in the early stages. But they say to minimize this, you can try a regular low carb diet for the first few weeks, which may teach your body to burn more fat before you completely eliminate carbs. And a keto diet can also change the water and mineral balance of your body. So adding extra salt to your meals or taking mineral supplements could actually help with that. Now, they say in the beginning, it's important to eat until you're full and avoid restricting calories too much, because usually a keto diet causes weight loss without intentional calorie restriction. So it's powerful like that. But one of the side effects that has actually been in the buzz happens to be the scents. And the scents actually include keto breath. Another interesting side effect is a keto diarrhea. And I guess it is exactly what it is, what it sounds like. But there's another thing that apparently was in the news quite a bit recently, and that is a thing they call keto crotch. Now, that's kind of weird on the surface, but it is actually a thing. And on the surface, it kind of sounds like the keto breath phenomenon. When your body is in ketosis, it breaks down fat for fuel instead of carbs. We learned that. Cool. And it produces ketones. Now, in ketones, you find that it's made up of chemicals like acetoacetate, beta hydroxyl butyrate, and acetone. And most of us know what acetone is. The ingredient that's in nail polish remover. These are chemicals that are naturally produced by the body, believe it or not. Yes, beta hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and acetone are all produced naturally by the human body. But because your body produces more of them when you're on a keto diet, the excess can actually make your poop, your pee, and your breath smell a little bit more like nail polish remover than you've ever noticed. When it comes to the keto crotch situation, though, that apparently is not quite what is happening. Jessica Shepard, medical doctor, a minimally invasive gynecologist in Dallas and founder of Her Viewpoint, says instead of it being more along that line, it is more likely that going on a keto diet changes the vaginal pH, and that is what actually changes the vaginal odor. And she also says any diet can actually change your vaginal pH, which can then change the odor a little bit. So, in addition to the smelly issue when you're on a ketogenic diet, ladies, apparently there's also reports of a rash. And I guess they've been associating this rash with the ketogenic diet. Well, apparently there's really nothing about the keto diet in particular that would cause you to break out in a crotch rash. And apparently it is known that the scientific community has found that a direct link to. And this is what Christine Greaves, a board-certified OBGYN at the Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies, was alluding to. She says, if you're on a keto diet and develop a rash, don't just blame it on the diet. Make sure you get it checked out. But while there's no direct link, going keto could potentially have an indirect effect on whether you develop a rash. Changes in diet can lead to potential changes in vaginal health. And that could mean rashes. It is also entirely possible that other things you do around the time that you start your ketogenic diet could lead to a keto crotch rash. Try to say that 5 times fast. Not that, keto crotch rash. Things like working out more and hanging out in your sweaty workout clothes for too long could actually cause a rash. If you notice a rash in your genital area and it is not going away, you may not want to sit on it. You want to go to a doctor. Have that really checked out. But what else could there possibly be as a side effect? Well, we mentioned the keto flu. Now, the keto flu is a bunch of flu-like symptoms, which I had mentioned earlier. It's like a real flu, but the cause is different. And you expect it to last from anywhere between a day to 2 weeks. Yeah, it can go that long. And this is as your body adjusts to being in ketosis. Now, again, that's all your flu-like symptoms. There's also your keto diarrhea. And like I had alluded to earlier, it's just like what it sounds like. The keto diet is high in fat, and it can end up making your poop a little bit more on the liquid side than normal. Barbie Bools is an RDN and founder of Nio Nutrition. It's an interesting name. NYOUTRITION. You can look it up. She says that coupled with the fact that a lot of people on keto diets tend to use artificial sweeteners, which can also cause stomach issues, you are going to naturally have the looser stools, and that makes it really interesting when it comes to bathroom break time. Now, if there's actually an issue where you have the keto crotch, ladies, you notice the weird smell and maybe even the rash, Give it a few days to see if it goes away. But in that time, do not douche. If you decide that you're going to douche, what that does is it opens up the possibility for a bunch of other issues and could actually increase your risk of infection. But if the smell continues, you start to notice other little things like itching and burning and abnormal discharge, then that is a time where you need to say, hey, tell my doctor, or you call him up directly and say, Doc, we need to talk because something is going on. It is quite possible that you were just unlucky enough to develop an infection round about the same time that you started your ketogenic diet. But only your doctor can say really what it is that is going on. So you want to go check that out. Don't sleep on it. Go check it out. Ask the questions. Because in that time, something else could be going on, and you're blaming it on your diet. Because let's face it, not everything that is presented by the media is properly researched and presented. It's true. Some people do it for the hype. Some people do it just because they can. So those are things to also consider when you're getting information. And I'm included in the media. It's just that I tend to pull my information from a few sources. And if they line up, then I present that. But I do send you all the time. I suggest that you go and do your own research, because what you find may be better than what I presented. It's possible. This is music from Keto. It's called Lonely in My Room.
Days when I am sitting all alone in my room. There are days when my mind's cloudy and I don't know what to do. All I could think of is what I needed to do. All I could think of, my mind's messed up, and I don't need it no more. So lonely in my room. There are nights when I am lying all alone in my bed. There are nights when my heart's aching and I just needed to rest. All I could think of is what I needed to do. All I could think of, my mind's messed up, and I don't need it no more. All I could think of is what I needed to do. All I could think of, my mind is messed up, and I don't need it no more. So lonely in my room.
So lonely in my room.
So lonely in my room. So lonely in my room.
Music from Keto. I find it really interesting that, and we're gonna talk to her soon enough when I can get her to stay in one place for long enough. We're gonna talk to her because Kadia isn't really a country girl. As in, she's not your down south Dixie kind of chick. She loves country music, but you'd be interested to find out the story, which one day, relatively soon, we will get. But until then, we sit and we wait. Because really and truly, that's all we can do. We can only wait. We're going to take a quick little break. 6 minutes to the top of the hour. And when we come back, you can hear me clicking on the different mouses, right? When we come back, we're going to talk some more about the whole Keto crotch thing, and possibly why it was that it started getting so much publicity. Let the conspiracy theories come to the fore. Why don't you? We'll be right back in just a few.
Roll out with Island Rock Music and have fun. Check out the quality apparel at islandrockmusic.com. Designed for you and your crew. Hear the music, feel the breeze, with selected tracks and more. Available now from the online store at islandrockmusic.com. islandrockmusic.com. Log on today and ride with us.
Stepping, these are roots vibrations.
CMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, the Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with the Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy B, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Seal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skellenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew. We're working on the Night shift, the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin's true and solid soul. That's a word and honor. It's Chris Cinti representing word and honor. Still I say DJ Kevin's true.
I Paul Anthony alongside Nico Allen. Time to show the girls some more talent. Sequence.
People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. It's why I go and make you mine. Yeah, you go. It's like you fell right out the skies. My little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning a championship. If I rule the world, I swear, girl, you'd have everything. Cause you work so hard to make sure that your family's straight. You go to work and don't complain, you're tired. When I ask you to come out, did you get up on it? You get freaky in them sheets, but a lady in the streets, you be knowing how to run up a check. Ignoring them suckers that try to holler on you. If they ask you trolling on mama, they will get blocked. You go. People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. It's why I go and make you mine. Yeah, you go. It's like you fell right out the skies. My little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning the championship. I'm pulling off in a brand new whip. That feeling when them taxes hit. Saddle keys to a brand new crib. Girl, you make me so proud. Early in the morning when you wake up, even way before the makeup, you look flawless, baby. Plus your fashion be on 10, you be setting all them trends. You feel what you plus you loyal, baby. Ignoring them suckers that try to holler from time. If they ask, keep trolling on mama, they will get blocked. People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. That's why they gon' make you mine. You go. It's like you fell right out the skies. Little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning the championship.
Like all the other girls, I know me see it say you're a real one. But why you gotta act so shy, baby? You know that you love the feeling. Y'all, I wanna give you all my attention. Slide in your box car with no mention. Every girl me know I'm if you be them husband, but I only you alone can make me choose one. I love it when you come over. Pop off the Jimmy Choo and Fashion Nova. Woman, you so damn fine, I'm not gonna doubt you. The one you feel know me proud of you. Wow, girl.
People that I got you by my side. Finally got someone that's down the ride. That's why they go and make you mine. Yeah, you go. It's like you fell right out the sky. Yeah, you go. It's like you fell right out the skies. My little baby, one of a kind. Your love like winning the championship. I'm pulling off in a brand new whip. That feeling when them taxes shit. I'm pulling off in a brand new whip.
Want to welcome you back to the show. It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Those of you just tuning in, just hanging out, just popping in, stopping by. In the background, new music from Nico Allen and Paul Anthony. It's called You Go Girl.
Your love like winning the championship. I'm pulling off in a brand new whip. That feeling when them taxes hit. Saddle keys to a brand.
So,
girl, you make me so proud.
I want to say thanks to JTMC for sponsoring this segment of the show. JTMC Enterprises. Ooh, they do so much. They take care of your tour management, your bookings, your promotions, your event management, your social media management, and they will do it all with just a matter of a phone call. Get them a link, 678-793-8800, 678-793-8800. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you, and I don't believe you will be disappointed at all. You can also hit them up online, jtmcenterprise.com. Okay, cool. So now that we've gotten that out the way, we can go back to this keto scent thing. And specifically, the whole keto crotch event. So, an article announced that your meat-heavy diet could be giving you keto crotch. And it also said doctors have confirmed that changing your diet can create new and interesting smells in your Netherlands. And a keto crotch might be the strongest argument for eating carbs. And this is what Emily Alford actually reports on in Jezebel.com. Now, keto crotch is the seriously smelly side effect of the popular keto diet. And that was what was posted in the New York Post. And it went on to confuse diabetic ketoacidosis, which is actually what causes bad breath, with nutritional ketosis achieved through a ketogenic diet. And it's funny enough because the two have nothing to do with each other. Countless other mainstream and not so mainstream news sources suddenly started carrying similar headlines, warning people that going keto can cause stinky discharges and will render you a social outcast, and that eating high sugar foods like fruit juices and whole grains is the answer to the offensive odors. You start raising that eyebrow yet and looking sideways? Well, one online search for the term keto crotch actually produced 2,060,000 results. So the question that beckons is, where's the proof to support the keto crotch whole keto crotch idea? Apparently, the term keto crotch initially appeared on a Reddit discussion board back in 2014. It popped up again in 2016. And many of the articles that now recently are discussing the issue appear to be referring back to when it was mentioned in these times in 2014 and 2016. Since then, and up until February of 2019, when Delish.com published Corinne Miller's article, keto crotch might be a surprising side effect of a low-carb diet. When that was republished that same day on Yahoo Finance with the more eye-catching headline, keto crotch is the most WTF side effect of going on a keto diet. The term keto crotch was virtually non-existent. But after digging through about a dozen search pages, there you go. Here it comes. Miller, Corinne Miller, who appears to be one of the first journalists to use the catchphrase keto crotch, is a freelance journalist whose work has appeared in a number of health and women's magazines. And she's also a search engine optimization consultant and founder of the SEO company Keep Up Marketing that helps websites optimize their search results, and is the managing editor of Stylecaster Media Group, a leading digital media and technology platform for fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Now, with these qualifications, it would seem reasonable to assume that she has the know-how to make a story go viral. The reason why is a question that has yet to be answered. The story started spreading the very next day. And so it was February 27th, and then it started spreading February 28th to put dates to it. Keto crotch articles were everywhere, yet not one single scientific study was brought forth in the articles. And a search of the medical literature actually turned up nothing. In fact, Miller's February 24 article specifies there is no medical evidence linking nutritional ketosis to foul-smelling private parts. How interesting is that? So, what is going on here? Who are the health experts then that are making statements referring to keto crotch? Well, the articles cite several healthcare providers. Among them, you ready? Registered dietitian and nutritionist Lisa DeFazio, whose commentary appeared in multiple news stories within 48 hours. Gynecologist Dr. Lauren Streicher and dietitian Andrea Hardy. Now, DeFazio offered a link to a 2009 study in the Journal of Nutrition when questioned by a Twitter follower about the basis for her concerns, which found bacterial vaginosis was most prevalent among women who had the highest dietary fat intakes. Streicher's comments, on the other hand, have been far more neutral. Nothing that dietary changes will temporarily alter the pH in the vaginal area in general, and there's no medical evidence linking the ketogenic diet with infections or other odor-causing vaginal ailments. In the Huffington Post, they wrote, When I got the first call asking about this, I asked if they were making this up to write a story. Lauren Streicher, medical director of Northwestern Medicine Center Northwest Medicine Center for Sexual Medicine and Menopause and clinical professor of obstetrics and gynecology at Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine, told Huffington Post with a laugh. Streicher said that while it's certainly possible that diet can have an impact on vaginal health, there is no scientific evidence to prove it, and a myriad of potential causes for odor do exist. Now, the problem with the study cited by DeFazio is that the women also had high carb intakes, and carbs are primary drivers of infections and yeast. According to the authors of the study, the mean energy intake exceeded the recommended daily allowance for adult women. Also, the energy, fat, and carbohydrate intakes of the women were considerably higher than those reported in the NHA-NES 1999 to 2000 for women of comparable age. Basically, what they're saying is, it appears these women were eating a standard American diet high in both fats and carbs. So the results cannot be attributed to a high-fat, low-carb diet, such as a ketogenic diet. Not surprisingly, DeFazio recommends eating carbs to lose weight and keep it off, saying low-carb diets do not work long-term. Now, DeFazio also welcomes media inquiries, stating she's available for all magazine, newspaper, radio, television, and website interviews, and will accommodate you as soon as possible, even on short notice. She's also a talent with Taylor Talent Services, which specializes in helping brands, producers, and marketers find the face of their products. So they help. If I have a product, I contact them. They help to put it out there. Branding, basically. All right, so ketogenic experts actually have never heard of the complaint before this real media blow up recently. And a self-proclaimed keto-friendly doctor, Dr. Ken Berry, shares his view on the topic also. And he says carbs are in fact the primary driver of yeast infections, vaginosis, bladder infections, and similar ailments. And women who struggle with these conditions, who switch to a low-carb diet, universally improve. There's nothing about a keto diet that is going to make you have vaginitis or vaginosis, he says. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Christine Sullivan, PhD, who has been on a ketogenic diet since 2013 and has spent years coaching people on the keto diet, had similar views. She said, in nearly 6 years of following a strict low-carb diet and interacting with literally hundreds of thousands via social media, I have interacted in nearly every discussion imaginable regarding personal health and low carb or keto. Not once has the issue of a foul vaginal odor been a part of that conversation. Bad breath or changes in body odor are not uncommon concerns, but those tend to be experienced early in the adaptation phase and are not long-term or ongoing issues. Another ketogenic expert, Megan Ramos, CEO of Intense Dietary Management in Toronto, Canada, in an interview said, we've treated over 10,000 patients at this point. Approximately 65% of them are females. Not once did I have a woman bring up this issue with me. As a matter of fact, we're seeing the opposite. Women have less and less yeast infections and bladder infections. In particular, our diabetic patients who normalize their blood sugars and who stop taking their SGLT2 inhibitors, which is a drug that makes people pee out sugar. The number of these women, they stop taking these drugs. A number of them stop taking the drugs. So, do you see a problem here? Big Pharma is losing out because they're not selling some drugs. All right. I see you connecting the dots, right? Cool. Considering the complete lack of scientific evidence to support claims that nutritional ketosis can cause vaginal infections, one has to wonder where the story came from. The conspiracy theorists. Yes, this is your time. Some arbitrary anecdote simply won't spread like wildfire for no reason. Being picked up by major media simultaneously. Yet, there are dozens of near-identical stories being featured in different magazines and news outlets on the same day. Two individuals have stepped forward with an answer. Berry explains when browsing through several women's magazines in a bookstore that carried the Keto crotch story that he noted a curious pattern. Each of them had full-page ads for Weight Watchers, whose stock prices incidentally plummeted by 80% since July 2018. And this drop is attributed by Weight Watchers to the mass adaptation of, not adaptation, but the mass adoption of the ketogenic diet. Berry says, rest assured, We see less and less things that could give you changes in odorous discharge when you eat keto. You don't get more of that. You get much, much less. So I think keto crotch is just the latest myth that is pushed by the big publishing houses who get a lot of their ad dollars from Weight Watchers and Biggest Loser and Jenny Craig. They would love for you to stop eating keto. Things that make you go, So, if they can scare you with the latest scare tactic, which is keto crotch, then they're successful and they're going to get more ad dollars from the big carbohydrate pushing weight loss programs. It only makes sense. Now, mind you, yes, it could be a conspiracy theory. But coinkydingle? Maybe too coinkydingle. John Zahorik, a self-described nutrition explorer, has taken his investigation a step further. In a series of Twitter posts, Zahorik shows the links between Weight Watchers, its PR company Elderman, some of the primary health experts interviewed about keto crotch, as well as some of the authors of these articles, Shireen Khalil being among them. So when you find independent people doing these little investigative reports, your conspiracy theory sounds a little bit less of a conspiracy theory, or less like a conspiracy theory. In September 2018, PR Week announced Weight Watchers turns to Elderman to handle global consumer PR. According to PR Week, Weight Watchers wants to strengthen its population, better define and grow the Weight Watchers impact, and increase revenue to more than $2 billion by the end of 2020. Other clients of Elderman include pasta giant Barilla and the Coca-Cola Company. Connect the dots. Follow the money trail. According to screenshots taken by Zahorik, Zahil, Striker, and DeFazio are all Elderman PR followers on Twitter. While that certainly doesn't prove that they're working together, it suggests collaboration is a possibility. Show me your company, I'll tell you who you are. He also reminds people about the reality that is native advertising. Marketing designed to look like news, as reported by Conently.com in 2015. They say native advertising, articles paid for and written by a brand that live on a publisher's site, has emerged as a powerful and popular new advertising tool over the past few years. Media companies like BuzzFeed, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and the Atlantic have all invested heavily in the creation and distribution of native advertisement on behalf of brands, with many charging over $100,000 for a native advertising campaign. Big money! Everybody knows that marketing takes up a huge chunk of any company's budget. In fact, it's probably the largest part of the budget. PR companies not only create recognizable ads and native advertising, they also do news placement on behalf of their clients. In many cases, such news stories will feature actual science that happens to benefit the client's position. In this case, the news is anything but that. Apparently, it is pure fabrication and also appears to be aimed at implanting a highly memorable mnemonic device into the public consciousness. So after seeing the term keto crotch hundreds of times, what happens? you'd be hard pressed to not instantly think of a stinky crotch every time you hear ketogenic diet. It's psychology. People have made comments on social media saying the mere possibility of this malodorous condition has dissuaded them from going keto. And there's little doubt that this exact aim was what they were trying to accomplish with the fake news. Zahorik points out the Elderman firm is in fact a master at creating these kinds of viral campaigns. And this is a key part of which is leveraging top-tier influencers to integrate a brand's key messaging directly into the content target audiences are what they're consuming. So they're saying the thing that made this campaign different from typical branding is that it was a secret effort to destroy the brand of the competition. Zahorik writes, what was the source of this alternative affliction in these articles? The answer to that question is people on the internet were talking. That's it. So, what's going on here? While the evidence implicating Elderman and Weight Watchers in the creation of this keto crotch myth is still circumstantial, the timing is eerily convenient. The very same day the keto crotch myth exploded on the internet, which was February 28th, CNN Business reported on Weight Watchers' financial demise, and they said CEO Mindy Grossman attributed the problem to the keto diet, a popular eating regimen that makes bread and other carbs taboo. She said during a call with analysts that keto is becoming a cultural meme, and she even called it a keto surge. So, what are we looking at? The media is owned by industry. And leveraging of social media influencers can make fake news and unsubstantiated claims similar to this spread like wildfire. So while there's no evidence to support the story, there's an incredible amount of published literature showing the health benefits of ketogenic diets. One example is that ketones have a biological impact similar to that of fasting. And this includes accelerated autophagy and mitophagy, improved glucose metabolism, reduced inflammation, clearing out malfunctioning immune cells, and reduced IGF-1, which is one of the factors that regulate growth pathways and growth genes and is a major player in accelerated aging and intercellular regeneration and rejuvenation. So it helps you to stay younger, kind of a deal. So, in the midst of all of this, you have literature, you have scientific proof that says, hey, this keto thing is pretty good and can be quite beneficial. So why exactly is it being crushed? Well, because people are losing money. People, the big businesses, and they were named in the article, the Jenny Craigs and the Weight Watchers. And there was one more. Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, somebody else. What's that other big dieting company? Anyway, basically, they were losing out. And because they were losing out, they had to find a scapegoat. And in finding that scapegoat, Jenny Craig, that's what it is. Weight Watchers, Biggest Loser, Jenny Craig. All these big dieting companies, they were losing out to something as simple as a ketogenic diet, which you really don't have to spend a ton load of money specializing your diet to be on. How often is it that the guy with the little simple solution gets crushed? Why is it? Think about it. We have drugs that treat ailments and not conditions. The drugs that we take address the symptoms of what is bothering us, not the cause. Why do you think that is? Because that is where the money is. Follow the money trail. When you follow the money trail, then you'll find answers. But until then, we're stuck like Chuck. Really and truly. And that's not a good place to be. Because it hurts us. Doesn't benefit us any at all. Do your research. Ask your questions. Don't just take what you hear on social media or in the news as gospel. Ask your questions. Do your research. Big pharma, politicians, big businesses, they own the media. And the term owning the media, I'm going to go out there and put my spin on it, my personal take. It's just that they have the money for the advertising dollars. Advertising runs the media. People have to get paid. How else are you going to get paid unless you advertise? Who got the strong dollars? You see how it works? And if not, pencil it out. Pencil it out yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead. Pencil it out. See what you get. See what you come up with. And then you can get back to me. Hit me up. 773-789-STEW. I know I didn't give out the number all night tonight. 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. Hit me up. You check it out and then tell me what you found. You can even email me, djkevinstew@gmail.com. I'll take it. Send me a message. Drop me a message in the stew pot. Tell me what you're talking about. It doesn't have to be right now that I'm when I'm on right now. You can do it when I'm not on. Send me a message. I'll see it. I'll see it. Let me know what you found in your own research. And then tell me if it makes sense. Yeah? Cool. We're gonna jump into our musical therapy. I'm just gonna take one quick minute, one quick break, and then we'll go into the musical therapy. Alright? Cool? Sound like a plan? I think that sounds like a plan. So we'll be right back in just after this. If it would actually play, then we'll be right back. I think we'll be right back now. See? These things you see, boy. Sure. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links. www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Pick up the phone, baby. Missing your calls, baby. Making me feel like I did something to get you caught up in your feelings. Funny how you try to play me. Used to be the one you needed daily. GTA stole everything away. You never call me anymore, just to say hello. Check up on me, no. You haven't called me in quite some time. Just left me behind. Must have lost your mind. I was there when you were jumping off the wall. Used to care, now you've got a wall. But I know when that hotline blinks, you come running back. Messages on my machine saying that you want me back. They steady trying to play me. Thought I was the one you needed daily. GTA stole everything away. You never call me anymore, just to say hello. Check up on me, no. You haven't called me in quite some time. Just left me behind. Must have lost your mind. One ring, two rings, three rings, four. Yeah, I'm not the one you should wanna ignore. Don't think I'm gonna cry. We had some good times. Hope you're doing alright. It's fine. You never call me anymore, just to say hello. Check up on me, no. You haven't called me in quite some time. Just left me behind. Must have lost your mind. You never call me anymore, just to say hello. Check up on me, no. You haven't called me in quite some time. Just left me behind. Must have lost your mind.
This was new music from Shaylin B, young lady that I came across her music recently, and I thought, hey, this was pretty cool. And I said I was gonna play her music, and there it is, Shaylin B. Another young lady that I came across recently is a young lady by the name of Lava. And I said I'd play her music, and I played one track from it, one track that she had sent me last night called Miss You Like Crazy. Tonight I'm gonna play another one. It's called The Happiness.
Yeah. Me have the happiness down below my waist. So from you get it, you know, say you're blessed. Me have the remedy if you relieve your stress. No believe me, then put me to the test. That would make me put the happiness higher. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. From me ready, you be ready, one run now go do. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. Prepare, take it anywhere, we perfect fling it on you. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. You better have it pan lock, no open fling it back to. When I get I put it on you, it on you. It's movie time, we at the start. Press record for the action start. Bed boring, let's go far. Take on the house, I'm giving it a car. Excitement turns me on. My man no off it perform. Him no fit comment, don't have no off it create a storm. Me have the happiness in my wine. One dose I eat and you can't stop smiling. Baby stuck in your brain, yes, stay upon your mind. From a merry band, you want it there below my waistline. Say good, let me put the happiness on you. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. From me ready, you be ready, one run now go do. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. Prepare, take it anywhere, me plan for fling it on you. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. You better have it pan lock, no open fling it back to. When that girl you put it on you, it on you. You have the grip, the glue, the gum, fit hold your man. Style and position, me use control me man. So anything more, me get, become a good to mark. love the way you ramp and make me turn and twist. Cause I'm so good and you're so bad. From a cock it up, a time to get mad. Say good, let me put the happiness by you. Show you where that girl I can do, me can do. From me ready, you be ready. One round now, go do. Show you where that girl I can do, me can do. Prepare to take it anywhere, me plan to fling it by you. Show you where that girl I can do, me can do. You better have it pan lock, no okay, fling it back to. When that girl I put it by you, it by you. It's movie time, we at the start. Press record for the action start. Bed boring, let's go far. Keep on the house, happy with the car. Excitement turns me on. My man know how to perform. No fake comment, don't I know how to create a song. Me have the happiness in my wine. One dose of it and you can't stop smiling. Make me stuck in your brain. Yes, stay upon your mind. From a merriment, you want it there below my waistline. Say good, make me put the happiness by you. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. From me ready, you be ready. One round now, go do. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. Prepare to take it anywhere, me plan to fling it by you. Show you where that girl you can do, me can do. You better have it pan lock, no okay, fling it back to. When that girl you put it by you, it by you.
Want to say thanks to the Wake Up and Live show for sponsoring this segment called the Musical Therapy segment. Sir Rockwell and the Wake Up and Live show comes at you at 7 a.m. on rockthebox.net. I want to say thank you to them. And big ups, big ups, big ups. Once again, welcome to the new family members over there at WGLRO.com, the People Station. Glad to be a part of the family. Thank you all for letting me in. In the background, new music from Keto. I let you hear one of her other tracks earlier.
Now my bed is cold tonight.
This one is called Midnight Love.
And my arms are lonely tonight. Need some midnight love tonight. I need some midnight love. Never thought that this would be the end. No, no, no. Never thought that you could be this way. No, no, no. But now it's
Yep. I troubled Hezzy.
Crosses people. Oh no.
The son of Hezron. The track is called One Time Gone.
Hey, look, me put down me old gangster ways. Take up the Bible, put on the hard ways. God from Rasta and pagan ways. Out of nowhere, this boy misbehave. See me and me woman on a passing place. Lord of mercy, come take this case. Every time you come now, leave in a haze. So what you did there before me change my name. As if I did one time girl. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. Lord of mercy, one time girl. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. Tell them to leave her alone, oh boy. Tell them to trouble me now. Tell them to not trouble me now. Tell them to not trouble me now. Tell them to not. Cause if I did one time girl, he wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. Lord of mercy, one time girl, he wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. Lord, oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. Passes people. Once you hold me rumble. Look how you take me away from trouble, from ways of evil now. This boy won't draw me out. Turn me back in a bad disciple. Alright then. Cause if I did one time girl, he wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all. Lord of mercy, one time girl, he wouldn't be so pretty at all. He wouldn't be so pretty at all.
Oh, Kevin, you're so good. Music just turns me on.
This is music from King Charles.
Always keep a smile on my face.
From his album Still Searching. It's called Love You So.
I flow on happiness, all negativity I get erased. Girl, you make me want to slow down. And baby girl, me really need to know now. Will you be there for me even when I'm down and out?
13 minutes to the top of the hour.
You should know I love.
So I got about 12 more to get out of here. Reminding you that I'm back tomorrow. Real Talk Wednesdays. Same time, same place right here. KevinStew.com and affiliate stations.
You always keep a smile on my face. And you always smile whenever me grip your waist. Baby girl, you take me to a place. I flow on happiness, all negativity I get erased. Girl, you make me want to slow down. And baby girl, me really need to know now. Will you be there for me even when I'm down and out? Girl, you should know I love you so. I love you more than you'll ever know. And if you feel it in me, just let it show. I love you more than you'll
Girl, you should know I love you so.
It's 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Those of you tuned in right now, I want to say thank you for the continued support. Thank you for love. Thank you for the participation. I got a track for you by a young lady by the name of Lorraine. The track is called For Your Love. When I listened to her album, this one just kind of jumped out at me. It features an artist by the name of Smooth.
You and I know we'll last. Don't worry about the exes, baby, in the past. I promise I will give you everything you ask. Give me your attention and I'll make it worldwide. I would do anything. You make nobody sing. Come on and take my heart for real. For your love, I would give you all control. You have my mind and full. I need your love, make me whole.
Sundown, I gotta call you. I'ma keep you close to me as long as you loyal. Like some old milk in the fridge, I'ma spoil you. Always on my mind, girl, you know I adore you. I'm your king, you my queen, now you we royal. Gotta make the love overflow till it boil you. Came into my life, everything was like a dream to me. Words can't express how much you mean to me. FaceTime trying on Vicky C for me. A lot of your friends don't want you to be with me. Trying to make it to the ring, build a team with me. I need your love, I don't think I get enough of it. Understand, I don't want you with another man. Your right hand better be in your future plans. Never thought it'd be us, but now we more than friends.
Are you all more? I need more. You stay in my life. Every time I see you, feel my body broke out in a hype. This I love you, just so strong. Me have to wonder if I cry. If I jealous, then it means that me have to do my time. My love for you is real. I just want you to know how I feel. Your broken heart, baby, I will heal. Come on, baby, you know that I am a big deal.
You know I need you, just hope you need me. Hit the beach, catch the sea breeze, you in bikini. Make a wish, anything you want, cause I'm your genie. See what I see, that you trust and believe me. You know I need you, just hope you need me. Hit the beach, catch the sea breeze, you in bikini. Make a wish, anything you want, cause I'm your genie. See what I see, that you trust and believe me.
This is the sound of Daville, aka Tori Mason. It's called Real Friends.
Everybody want get that slice, and as soon as they do right, drop it in. Everybody want a seat. Come and me tell you this. My circle is there for my true friends, them alone, them alone. That's only reserved for my true friends, them alone, them alone. My circle is there for my true friends, them alone, them alone. That's only reserved for my true friends, them alone. Break on in the circle. Me not trust them uncertain. Them I said them want money fi flow. And them still I try stop me though. Feel them energy, me I feel it. Bad vibes them I carry, me I need it. Things when them I say me not believe it. To honesty me know so time I reveal it. But as soon as the fruits ripe, everybody want get a slice. And as soon as they do right, drop it in, everybody want a seat. Come and me tell you this. My circle reserved for my true friends, them alone, them alone. That's only reserved for my true friends, them alone, them alone. My circle reserved for my true friends, them alone, them alone. That's only reserved for my true friends, them alone, them alone. Welcome on my real friends. It's time to so. Shining this road by myself. When no one else try to help me. Coming your way.
You're gonna
This is the sound of G-Mac. His rendition of Things You Say You Love. 3 minutes before I bounce on out of here, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow, Real Talk Wednesday. We'll be graced by the delightful Kelly Williams Bullard. You don't want to miss it. However, if you do, never fear, the archives are there. KevinStew.com. Scroll down to the lower part of the page.
things you say.
You'll see the archives, the video archives. Let's go ahead and pick from the show you want to see.
New version to rock the nation. Coming your way. You're gonna.
Well, this is where I tell you good morning, good afternoon, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world.
You're gonna. Can't last too long. The way you are shaking. Can't
take care.
Long the way you're vibrating. You're gonna. Things you said you love.
consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.